she is.
Where? Oh,
Just
she's
there.
there.
We're saying goodbye to the Bazzers. They're going to go and see a show, and then we'll see these guys in a few weeks in Orlando. Welcome to a New York vlog. We are heading down near Brooklyn Bridge to get a helicopter tour over the Manhattan skyline.
It's a 10-minute tour.
Yeah.
There's a helipad just at the side of the Brooklyn Bridge. So we're going to get a tube down there. It's about a 30-minute tube ride from here. Bazzers are going to meet us there, and if with time, we're going to have some breakfast before we get on. We have to be there our flight is at 11. We have to be there at 10:30. So if we can get there in the next half hour, we've got 30 minutes to have something to eat.
Let's go. Right, we're off the subway. It's not been quite as easy this morning. We've been...
Google said something different to what the sign said.
backwards and forwards a little bit.
We missed the stop.
Yeah.
Because I was on another screen on my phone, so we missed the Union Station stop that we're supposed to stop at. Went too far, got onto another station, crossed over, and it all went tits up. But so we got off and we're walking.
Yeah, we're walking there now. Oh, we think we're 20 minutes away from the helicopter pad. That's what we're going to be getting on.
Right, so this was probably the crown jewel of the trip. So for 4 people via tour through the Charm aviation company, it cost us £709 for all 4 people. Yeah. So divided by 4.
Are you excited, Bazzers?
Very excited.
Yeah. Are you excited, Nick?
Super.
Super excited.
Yeah.
You look it.
I'm super hungry as well.
Me too.
They'll let you know before your flight. While on the ramp, make sure you stay within the yellow lines when near the aircraft.
Pretty nice day out there, guys. Let's go see the sights. Check out the Statue of Liberty now. Now the statue, this was a gift from France back in 1884 as a gesture of friendship between our two countries. Now you see the statue is kind of a green color? Well, that's because it's made of copper. It's been outside for many years in the rain and the moisture, and that has developed a thin green layer of corrosion on there.
We're done.
Freaking brilliant.
It was amazing. It's one of those things where you wish you could go straight back on it and experience it all again, but it's expensive. What did you say it was? About $700 odd?
Yeah, plus you had to pay a $40 per person heliport fee, which is mandatory. You can't get away with that. You can't get it included in the ticket. I think that goes to like the state of New York.
So that was for 4 of us, but it's so worth it.
It was like sensory overload.
Yeah.
It was like it happened that quick. Now I'm thinking, did we just do that? Because I was trying to film a lot.
We'll be watching the footage back, like, ooh, we did that. And while we're just here, I just wanted to show you this. Just while we're here, Industry Kitchen, as we are passing it. We actually saw this on Google, and we just randomly walked past it, where you can sit outside in greenhouses to have some food.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. We're just going to get some coffee with our friend Jacob, who lives in New York. We've just met him, and we're going to go get some coffee and some breakfast. Right, so we've come into the tin building, which is lots of different stalls and eateries and things like that. We're going to get some coffee and something to eat. Right, we've got our breakfast finally. Wow, look at the size of that.
That's about
Jacob's got a
6 inches
muffin.
thick.
Let's have a look at this.
Holy crap.
Wow. We're going to share this.
We're sharing?
Yeah, we'll share this. It's egg.
Do you want to know what you're having as well?
Avocado, and then Nick got something else for us to share. What is it?
Pan de raisin.
A what? Oh yeah.
The currant one.
A big sticky bun. And this is where we're sat out here, just outside the tin building. Yeah, and there looks to be something going off down there. Such a lovely morning, just to have some coffee and chill with friends.
Right, so if you're using the City Pass to do the ferry access to Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island, you go past the main big building. What did it say on it? Statue of Liberty, I think it said on it. Go past it to Battery Park, and then there's like a marquee type thing behind. You go through security just like an airport, and then get into the queue, which is massive, by the way. It does actually say it can take up to 2 hours. So we're just waiting to get on the ferry.
Right, so when the ferry leaves, it basically goes first stop to Statue of Liberty, second stop to Ellis Island, and then comes back in a big loop. The guy did say, make sure you get on the boat that says to New York and not to New Jersey, because if you get stuck on the other side, you're basically going to make your own way back. We're on Liberty Island. That took about 15 minutes or so on the ferry to get across.
And the Statue of Liberty is right in front of us.
Yes, and there's Baza right in the middle of us.
So if you've seen Ghostbusters 2, you'll know that the latter half of that film, they actually squirted the Statue of Liberty with goo, brought it to life.
Ectoplasm, wasn't it?
Yeah, and saved the planet from ghost annihilation.
There she is.
Where? Oh,
just
she's there. She's there. So can you see the, because it's made of copper, when the rain runs off it actually stains, I'm going to point at the screen there, it stains the brick just there. Because it's been there, obviously weathered since the latter half of the 19th century. 1886 I think it was placed there.
Yeah.
It was a gift from the French to celebrate the American independence.
So if you want to go up there, you can pay extra and take a tour up to the crown. So her crown, you can see our actually windows, so you can see out. Maybe we'll do that on our next trip here.
So as we said, this is the crown itself was actually featured in Ghostbusters 2 right at the end. But the entire Statue of Liberty has been in hundreds and thousands of films. Well, not hundreds and thousands, but a lot of films. Including Superman 2, where Zod picked it up and dropped it into the city centre of Metropolis, and then Superman flew it back and dropped it back on the pedestal of Earth.
It's not really, no.
It was real.
So if you are going up to the crown, these are prohibited items, and you've got to use the lockers just here at the side.
No rucksacks.
No.
Right, I just looked up the latest prices. So as of the middle of March 2023, the current price to go up to the crown is $24.30. It's the same if you go up to the pedestal as well, $24.30. But you don't get one and then include the other. They're both independent prices. Right, we're moving on to the next stop now, which is Ellis Island. Right, a few facts on Ellis Island. It was an immigration and inspection processing centre that ran here from the 1892 right through to 1954 and processed over 12 million immigrants.
And a fact from me, this is where Rose came after the Titanic, you know, when she got rescued on that boat. How do you know? And she had the heart of the diamond and she looked up at the Statue of Liberty. That was around here too. Around here too? Yeah. It's such facts. Denied. Entry denied. Right, we've decided to eat on Ellis Island. We are having a hot dog with all the trimmings.
It smells garlicky, very garlicky. That's supposed to be large. My middle finger's bigger than that.
Right, we've had our hot dog. We're just going to have a look around Ellis Island Museum.
I have a feeling you could spend all day here. It's massive and there's so many rooms and exhibits. We're only going to sort of like touch on it really, because we don't have that much time. But
right, so if you're like us and you're on a unlimited time, and there are 3 rooms for 3 exhibitions or 3 kind of tour. So you've got the yellow one, which predates Ellis Island, the blue one, which is the history of Ellis Island, and then you've got the red one, which is after Ellis Island. So we're just going to go for that one there.
So for 20 years, people came in this room every single day, about 5,000 people a day from ships from all the countries to come to settle and live in America, and they came into this room to be registered.
And there's 2 of them there that came into this room to be registered.
Denied.
Barry, can you remember when you came into this room to be registered?
And we were just saying, that was probably a lot harder.
So this is presumably where the charge yarn stood. There's a couple of these desks over here. They had access to all the registers and all the ships, and there was a manifest of who was coming on what ships. And then there's a little bit of a story about one particular family spent 10 days on a ship travelling the Atlantic Ocean. And then they will have come in here and they've been told what their fate was, whether they've been going back on another ship or whether they've been given a permission to enter the United States.
So one of the steps that they had to do was you had to go through a brief medical, and if you were like an undesirable, like a criminal, or that you had an incurable illness, they were classed as undesirables and you wouldn't get in. You had to wait 3 to 5 hours for a medical to be able to get into the United States, which is a small price to pay to say that you've been on a ship for 10 days.
So here during the peak years it says detentions ran as high as 20% of all immigrants inspected, people waiting for sick parents to be released from the Ellis Island Hospital.
Or for their money to arrive.
Or for their money to arrive, yeah.
So if you think you may have had family here, you can actually search the passenger manifest online. I've just had a search. I had about 100,000 results. Maxine did hers. She's actually found one of her relatives from where she's from that immigrated to the United States in one of the years that this centre was operated. Leigh looked it, he found nothing. Nope.
Right, in our City Pass tickets we have got entry to the American Natural History Museum. We are very close to it being closed, so we're going to try and head over there now and get in. We just want to see the T-Rex that's in there. Right, we just made it into the American Museum of Natural History. And this is the first thing we've come across. The mammals exhibition. But we want to find the T-Rex, don't we? We want to find the T-Rex and the blue whale.
Yeah, now we've got an hour, so we're not rushing, but isn't that like a real picture?
And we're back in the Grand Canyon.
North Rim as well.
With the mountain lion.
So, we did the South Rim. Looking across there is when we were still looking back.
Yeah.
So we didn't walk from this side, that lady did.
The big blue whale. So that is the size of a 737 plane, apparently.
So we're in the Hall of Human Origins, and it's showing you different like hominid species. And this one is a primate. That's present day, and that's what it would have looked like 8 million years ago. Right, so this is effectively a Neanderthal skeleton. If you just swing to the left, that's what humans developed from. Look at the similarities. More examples of primates. That's what they look like when they were in their skeletal forms. Muscular,
hairless, and then full hair. It's hard to believe that humans came from that. This is absolutely unbelievable. This skeleton is 1.6 million years old. And yet it probably would have taken about 30 years to develop that skeletal, those bones. Look at the nose, how different the nose is. If that was like filled in, I know, but it would look, it's very strange. The detail in some of these exhibits, it puts Disney to shame. I mean, look at that. There's rocks, there's leaves that's fallen on it, and it looks exactly what it would be like if you actually went into like a forest. Like the fake tree and the stuffed animals, which obviously are not real, they are synthetic, but it looks so real. Right, this is quite interesting. So that's a dog brain, that is a chimpanzee, that is human, and that is the size of a dolphin's brain. Right, we've entered the Hall of Meteorites. So everything in this room looks like it's actually legitimate fallen meteors rather than
thousands of years ago. It landed in Greenland.
Greenland. Yeah. Look at the size of it. That must have caused some right damage when it hit.
And this one is the largest meteorite on display in any museum in the world.
It is friggin' huge. It's the size of a car. This is the one that Leigh's wanted to see. This is the Hall of Gems and Minerals. My God, look at that. So we're going to see something like that when we get to Charleston or Savannah, I think, in a JW Marriott. But
like a space egg, isn't it? Like it's been cracked open and an alien's come out.
It looks like the capsule that Superman came to Earth in. Yeah. Look at them, and the camera can't even focus on it because it's that many twinkly lights. That is just unbelievable. It looks like a nebula, but you could literally climb inside that. It's massive. Around the back is another one. Not as impressive, that one, but it looks like, well, it's like a big egg.
It's even taller.
I know. How old? Does it say how old they are? I know it says on the other one it was 435 million years ago. 5 million years. And the other one weighed 5,000 kilograms, which is basically about 5 tons. So this section here is literally showing you most of the elements on the periodic table. As you can see, it's there, and it spans from there all the way down there. I wonder if it's got anything radioactive in there.
As an example, H2O.
That's not on the periodic table. This looks like something out of Star Trek that'll glow. In fact, you know what it looks like? It looks like a zero-point module from Stargate. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But slightly bigger. So this is some expensive jewellery. It's so expensive by the looks of it. They've actually got a security guard on the door and only let 2 in at a time.
I think it'd suit me, actually.
Probably would, actually.
Right, we've made our way up to the dinosaurs. Look at the size of this one. We're on the lookout for the T-Rex. It's like a cross between a bat and a deer, that one. The largest deer ever to have lived. A duck-billed dinosaur.
Are you sure it's not a duck-billed platypus? I remember that from school.
70 million years ago. And the T-Rex, which is what I wanted to see in this museum. It's not as big as I thought it would be.
Look at the size of that one's head.
Yeah, this head.
That's obviously
is
a baby.
Yeah.
If that was the size, if you put that head on that body and made its body in proportion, it would be double that size.
That's impressive. East African elephants.
And like normal elephants, don't they?
Yeah.
I think they're are they African elephants?
Yeah. And the museum's closing in 10 minutes. So we're going to make our way out, and there we are going to
a steakhouse called Westside Steakhouse near Times Square. So we've been here for 30 minutes. If you guys want to explore the museum, you need at least a day to get around all the rooms and exhibits. We've literally looked on Google, found out the things that we wanted to see, and just literally run around looking at like the skeletons, the T-Rexes, all the things that we had on his list.
Look how high that one is, because it's on its hind legs.
I'm just curious, there's something anatomically correct about that.
It's big bone.
Yeah, can you spot it?
Yeah.
Right, we made it just in the nick of time, about 3 minutes to go. The buzzers were already here.
We did see a place over the road that did margaritas and beers for $5. So when these two go to a show, we may just get trolleyed in there, unless Leigh wants to go back and pack. We do need to pack. So this is quite an expensive place, more expensive than the one we were in last night. So we've done now all the sites of New York.
Well, all the ones that we're going to do.
Yeah, the major ones. There's definitely need to come back and probably do another week here. So we will definitely be coming back. I don't know when, and I would say that if you are going to come to New York, watch as many films on New York as you can. Ghostbusters, Home Alone 2, Ghost.
We've got a right list to watch when we get back.
Yeah.
Night at the Museum is one of my top ones I would watch.
So we've got to do all of them, and it's advisable that if anybody's coming to New York, do all that first so you know what the kind of things that you're looking for. But now we're going to enjoy our last meal in New York, because tomorrow morning we're up at the crack of dawn getting a train to Newark, which is over the Hudson River, and then we're going to drive down to Washington DC. So we've got a travel day tomorrow.
Clam chowder soup to start with.
I don't think it is. There's no clams in that. That is like a chicken or a ham.
Maybe why it's called Manhattan.
The food's come. Oh my god! I've never seen a New York style steak strip that thick before. In fact, it's got depth perception if I put it on the camera. No, thank you. Baz has got
Pork chops. Look at it.
pork chops. And then look at what Mrs. Baz has got.
Lamb chops.
Literally, a full lamb. There's like not much going to be left of that. And then Leigh's got a penny pasta with chicken breast on top. Is that pesto on top as well?
Yeah.
Pesto? I think so. Oh, I need to try that.
We'll share.
Rather
And then we've got some A1 steak sauce to smother my steak in.
Nick's got an apple pie with ice cream.
Lace with cinnamon.
Maxine's got a
Bailey's Irish coffee.
Keep the camera on, she's got to drink it yet.
How am I going to get this without getting it all
You're
up
gonna
my
have a
nose?
cash. You're gonna have a cream cash.
That's a good enough one.
And I've got a pecan pie.
You like the cinnamon challenge?
Nick's choking on cinnamon. That was a very nice meal at West Side Steakhouse. I couldn't read it backwards. We're saying goodbye to the Bazzers. They're going to go and see a show while we go back to the hotel, and then we'll see these guys in a few weeks in Orlando. So we'll see you later.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
I'm a bit stuffed. I'm a lot stuffed. But I enjoyed that meal. We've gone against everything we said about sharing when we got to America.
We've had a blowout week. We've deserved it after all the
Baz's
stuff
fault.
that's been going off in the last few months.
Yeah.
We've had a blowout week.
So, what do we think to New York?
Love it.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's winter and it's still good. So in summer it must be amazing. It's been pretty quiet everywhere we've gone.
Well, it's been hectic for the last couple of days because it's been the weekend.
We knew the first day was going to be absolutely manic, and we did 14.9 miles on that day. We've done 31 miles walking, and we've used the subway every day and everywhere we've been.
Yeah.
So I wish we'd have watched a lot of the movies before we came, so we knew a lot of the places to see. So we kind of winged it in some degree, but we did a lot of research.
We've seen them anyway, but we've just not sort of rewatched them recently.
The museum today was rushed. We knew that. We knew that we would only get
We knew
in,
we
but
were going to squeeze a lot in and not really, have time to explore some things. But it was kind of a taster for New York when you would either love it or hate it. Yeah. And thankfully, we've loved it. Yeah. So we will definitely be back.
Definitely.
And so tomorrow we go to DC. We get up early in the morning. We go to the Newark airport to pick up a car to drive down to DC.
So we have to get a tube and a train to Newark airport, and then get the air train to the thrifty car park place. We only paid 38 quid for the car for the day. We have to pay a 75 quid drop-off fee because it's in another state. And we're driving to Washington DC.
I'm tired now.
So
I'm really tired.
So we get the car and drive to Ronald Reagan Airport, and then we're going to get the metro from Washington, so another subway in another city, and then we're doing another city tour of various different sites in the city. And to be honest, I'm a bit touristed out, a bit citied out. So
you worked it out early, didn't we? Did you say we'd done 39 miles in 4 days?
31. I've just said it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm tired.
So there we go.
Thanks for watching today, guys. Hit the like button, click the notification bell, drop us a comment below. We'll see you on the next vlog when we head down to Washington, DC.
Yep. Bye for now.